Hey everybody, Kevin here, WQ9F. Thanks for joining me today for another video here on WQ9F Ham Radio, where we talk about ham radio gear, news, reviews, and most importantly, getting on the air. So the other day we were out at Illinois Beach State Park for a Parks on the Air activation, and we were using our Shark Hamsticks to try and activate because it was raining and we were kind of in a hurry. So we set up in the mobile and we tried to make some contacts that way. Well, we had all sorts of problems tuning our hamstick. So today we're going to try and solve our problem so that way next time when we're out at the park, or if we're trying to do a drive up activation or something like that, we don't have these problems. When we were out there, we couldn't get the antenna to tune correctly, even though the antenna analyzer said that the antenna was fine. Once I connected it to the radio, we were having all sorts of problems again. So we're going to try a few things today. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you like, add a comment. If you have any questions or comments about how I can solve this hamstick problem, let me know in the comments down below. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe. We had 150 subscribers the other day, which is pretty awesome. I think I'm going to plan at 250 subscribers. I'm going to give away an HT. So, you know, if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button, and let's look forward to that 250. So I'm just parked out the front of my house right now, and I've got my gear here in the back of the car. So we have our IC 7300, we have our battery, we have our ham sticks, I have my antenna analyzer, we have our bag of goodies, and we've got some stuff that we're going to hopefully try and solve our problems with today. So that's going to include here, I've got, this is a roll of 26 gauge stealth antenna wire from DX Engineering. Another thing we're going to try here is the Palomar Engineers. This is their CMNF-500-50. This is a coax noise filter, and we're going to put this on the transmitter side of our setup here. And then we also have a 10, 15, and 40 meter ham stick, but we're going to try our best to get this 20 meters ham stick to work. So here we have our 20 meter ham stick. That's connected here at the base to our tram magnet mount. All right, so the first problem, up on the roof of my car here, I went ahead and I put our 20 meter ham stick up here. Now the first thing, I was talking with someone, they said that this is the mini ham stick. I didn't know Shark made two different styles. I got these from Ham Radio Outlet when they were clearancing them off about a year ago, and I never used them because I was kind of in the process of moving. So now that I'm using them, I'm learning a little bit more about them. So one of the other problems, you can see up here on the top of my car has one of these panoramic sunroofs that stretches almost the entire length of the roof here. So on the back, I don't have much to work with. Now with this mag mount, I've got these ridges up here. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to make sure that it's getting a nice flat surface to sit on. So here we have our Rig Expert AA54 antenna analyzer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set the frequency. So we're on 14200, and then I'm going to show SWR. Now this is putting me right at a 2.2, 2.3. You can see here. I'm going to do scan and see what our SWR curve looks like. So a little funky, but here's the thing, we should be able to tune with the internal tuner anything 3 to 1. Now I want to try something. All right, so I went ahead and closed the hatchback. I want to see if this has any effect on what we're doing. So let's go ahead and show the SWR again. So this says 1.3 now. With the hatchback closed. Now here's the thing. If we see up top here, you can see that the magnet mount isn't getting a good solid it's not making a super solid connection to the top of the car. Half of it's kind of sticking off. So, all right, so a little change. I stuck this mag mount right in the middle of the hood. This is giving us a real good connection to the car. Magnets on there nice and strong, and I'm not driving around with this anyways. This is for being parked. All right, so now this is saying we're at 1.6. Now let's look at the SWR curve again. So this says we're bottoming out here right about 14,100, which should be good for FT8. So let's hook this to the radio and see if just moving this to the hood helped that much. All right, so we're gonna put ourselves right down here around 14,100. We are in our SWR function here on our 7300. Basically, once I hit play, what it's gonna do is I'm gonna click the microphone 5 times and it's gonna tell me my SWR every 10K. So my SWR here at 14,100 looks like about 1.3. If I move down here to FT8 frequency, 074, about the same, 1.3. I'm gonna move up the band now. Let's go to about 14,200. So I'm under 2 to 1 at 14,200, but here's the thing. Now the tuner will work. So if I hit my play button now, my SWR is flat at 14,205. And we can see some signals starting to come in.
Mobile, really for you, 5i8, Brad. Good afternoon, have a nice trip. Stay safe, thank you. If you want to do Ocean Mike 3 Tango Whiskey Mike.
All right, so strangely enough, it looks like putting our antenna over here on the hood seems to have worked. We got our SWR without the tuner, just straight from antenna right to the transmitter, about 1.4. Go a little higher in the band, about 1 point, goes up to about 2.5, but we can easily tune that with the whip element right here by moving that up or down depending on if we want to go up or down the band. So it looks a little strange, but seems to be working. Well, I think we might experiment with a trunklet mount for the hatchback back there as well. I've got something coming through FedEx right now to maybe try and change this up a little bit for our mobile parks on the air activations. So we'll see that hopefully in a couple episodes coming up here. But this solved our problem for now. As goofy as it looks, it works. So thanks for joining me today. If you have any additional comments or suggestions, let me know down in the comments below. I'd really appreciate that. I received some comments on my last video. I got some direct messages on Twitter. Talked to some great people over on Discord as well that really kind of helped me out and gave me a lot of suggestions. So we're gonna keep trying a few more of them out, see if we can make this a little bit more stable of a system, and I don't have to do this with the antenna every time I wanna operate a HF mobile. I'd really appreciate it if you all could subscribe as well, check out my other videos. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll see you next time. 7-3.